Hello, welcome to another tutorial. This is for the 2017 paper. So we're going to start targeting different questions on these. So you can see on the bronze level, you've got the answers for question 1, question 2 and question 3. So you can check your own. Question 4 is 22 add 7. So 22 add 7. Again, if we're using the bar model, you're combining two numbers and you have an unknown total. You have 22, again the biggest number first is handy, and 7. And you can think of it as this number line again, where you have 0 to 22 here, and then you add on 7 more to get to 29. You can also combine the ones. 7 add 2 is 9, add the 20, so it could be drawn like this. So you can split 22 into 20 and a 2, and then you can add the 7 on. You can do it that way to still get to the same answer of 29. Next question on the bronze level is a missing box question. So an unknown equals 15 take away 2. So you're starting off with your total, which is 15, and you have take away 2 is question this side. It's a bit like an equation where we have to balance both sides. So 15 take away 2 is an unknown. The total, as I've just mentioned, is 15. Again, you can draw it as a number line if you wish. Take off the 2 and you'll get the unknown, which would be 13. Using a number line, it would be take away 2, count back 2. And again, throughout these, I'll just refer to the fact that you can check by doing the answer, add the 2, and you should get back to the total. So it's this part whole, as would be written like this. 15 is made up of 2 and 13, not just 10 and 5. So this is what these part wholes are really getting at. Right, we are on to number 8. Let's just pop these answers in. 22 add 7 is 29, and 13 is the same as or is equal to 15 take away 2. If you spot any mistakes as I go through this, any speed errors, let me know, and you can get yourself some dojos. 90 take away 80, so it's a difference question. I mean, a lot of subtraction with two numbers that are close to each other can be done as a difference or a count on. And if you know the difference is 10, then 90 take away 80 equals 10. The way this works, if I make it a bit more simple, so if we did a tower of 9 and we took away 8, you'd have the difference left, which would be 1. So 9 take away 8 equals 1. Again, it's this pattern sniffing. You could also do that as a bar. So the whole is 9. If you took away 8, what would be left? And it would be the 1. And you could obviously do those two parts the other way around, which I probably would, because that's how it would work on a number line. But still, the principle works. So if we look at silver now, wrong paper. So 90 take away 80 is 10. As we go on to silver, we have 43 take away 5. So this is a subtraction question where you have to bridge through tens. 43 take away 5. Again, you've got your total, which would be 43, and you're taking away 5 to get your unknown. One way you can do it is to obviously count back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You might get to the answer that way. Or you could take off the 3 first, so you could split it into, if we did 43, sorry, made a mistake there, 43, and we can take 3 off first, and then another 2, because this altogether would be taking off 5, and this would be 38. So that is one way you can do it. So you can take off the 3, then a 2, if it helps you go through the 10. So effectively 43 take away 5 would become 43 take away 3 to get to the 40, then take away another 2. And same principle again, that is the knowledge that 5 is made up of 3 and 2. So it still reverts to the part whole. Just realised I've drawn on the wall, so I best take that off. So 43 take away 5 is 38. The next question is 20 add an unknown equals 70. So again, a bit of pattern sniffing here. Especially if you know that 2 add 5 equals 7. Same here, 20 add an unknown equals 70. So you've got the 2 and the 7. If you know that 2 add 5 equals 7, you're laughing. Alternatively, the whole is 70. Some people prefer to draw the bar below. I prefer this. It shows that everything ultimately equals the whole, which is 70 in this case. 20, add on something else, makes 70. And if you've got knowledge of tens, you can count up in tens. But again, it's that pattern of 2 add 5 makes 7 is going to help you with questions like this. There we go. Half of 14. I prefer doing fractions with halves and quarters as fraction trees. So 14 split into half is 7 and 7. Now that might take some getting used to, because then you can find quarters, which in this case would come into 3.5, 3.5, which is parts of numbers or decimals, or tenths. If your child isn't confident with that, again, the concept of a half is one whole shared into 2 equal parts. So a half of 14, if you're sharing 14 sweets, let's say, in half, so fairly between 2 equal people. Small introduction to algebra here. You can have a number x and a number x here equals 14. Both of these numbers need to be the same if it's shared equally. Trial and improvement might work, or you could get 14 counters and start showing them equally between the 2 bricks until eventually you'd have 7 counters there and 7 counters there. So a half of 14 equals 7. So I'll pop that on. 2 divided by 2. Now we mentioned with division 2 ways you can view this. 2 shared between 2 could mean 2 shared into 2 equal groups. So this is your whole. If it's shared equally into 2 equal groups, what is that? The other way of doing it is how many lots of 2 make 2. So either way the answer will be 1. So 2 shared into 2 equal groups would be 1. So there we go. 8 lots of 3. Again, in previous tutorials we've looked at repeated addition, where you can have a bar. We've got our unknown. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 lots of 3. That's one way of doing it. Some children might know what 10 lots of 3 is and take away 2 3s. Or this could be done as parts of an array. Another way are viewing it is because multiplication can be commutative or is commutative, it would be the same. So 3 lots of 8 would be the same as 8 lots of 3. So 8, 8, 8. Another way of looking at it is with arrays, as I've just mentioned. 1, 2, 3, that's 1 lot of 3, 2 lots of 3, 3 lots of 3, 4 lots of 3, 5 lots of 3, 6 lots of 3, 7 lots of 3, 8 lots of 3. So you have columns of 8, you have rows of 3, 8 lots of 3, and you can count the counters in the middle, would be 24. And as I've mentioned again in previous videos, that leads you into that bus stop method of 24 shared into 8 would be 3. We'll leave that there. I'll do gold in a separate video, and I hope this helps.